By a fleeing subject. This is my partner. His name is Valor. Anybody know what kind of dog he is? Great guess. It's wrong. He's a no. I take very good care of him. He's a Belgian Malinois. So our agency uses Belgian Malinois. There's still German Shepherds in use. German Shepherds are phenomenal dogs. One of the biggest differences between German Shepherds and Belgian Malinois is their hips. Malinois don't tend to get the hip dysplasia. So that's why we've gone to them. Typically they have thinner hair, lighter colored, they can endure the heat a little bit better. My dog is different. He's thick, long hair, and bigger, and just crazy. So that's what he is. The Sheriff's Office has 7 canines. We're actually a very large canine unit. Most other agencies, even like Vacaville, Vallejo, they don't have that many dogs. So we're kind of unique in that way. No, come here. You're cheating. Seats. We have, all of our dogs are dual purpose, except for one, which means they have 2 jobs. It's either narcotics and patrol, or we have bomb detection and patrol. So we have 2 bomb dogs, we have 4 narcotics dogs, and then we have a dog that's assigned to the jail. That dog is actually a rescue dog. He's a lab mutt. Yes, I know. It's not fleas, he just doesn't like the color. The jail dog does narcotics, and he also does cell phones, because you can't have cell phones in the jail. So that's kind of a unique training that our agency has done. He says, oh, absolutely, come on.
Because you're the biggest dude in here. Come on, Dan.
I'm positive.
I'll get the video. Run, Forrest!
All of our training that we do with our dogs is a positive reinforcement. So yes, he has the pinch collar. Yes, he has the e-collar. Yes, I pull on his collars and send the shocks when I have to and everything else. But everything is positive driven. So this is a positive reward. Okay, our dogs are trained for this and for this. And you can see how his attention just absolutely changed because he's like, "Holy cow, I'm gonna get it! Yes!" So this is why our dogs do what they do. We use the other corrections to modify their behavior to earn the reward. Okay, our dogs get this for narcotics, and this is for obedience and bite work. No, you can't have it yet. Seats off, live. So the other thing about our dogs is one of the thoughts is police dogs are aggressive, violent, mean. That's not the case. Yes, there's aggressive, violent dogs out there. Some of them, phooey, off. Some of them are assigned to law enforcement agencies, but even when they're 12 years old, they think they're 2. Every agency has its own needs for a dog. My agency's needs is a relatively friendly dog that works really hard to get his rewards. So, I mean, as you guys can see, as long as you don't run out the door.
I want one.
He's indifferent. My dog is not friendly per se, where he's going to throw his body against you and lean against you. Okay? He's going to smell you and he's like, okay, I don't want you anymore. You don't have what I'm looking for. You're not going to get me my reward. So I've taken him to kindergarten classes, preschool classes, elementary, middle school, high school. I have kids pile on him. He doesn't care. He's indifferent. Yes, I know you want your toy. Off. So, I think that's kind of the gist of it. The thing I would suggest to you is always ask the guy holding the leash off. If you can pet the dog, that's what I try and instill on all the kids and everything else. My dog is absolutely, you can pet him. Just ask me so I make sure that he's in the right mindset. Because they do have a mindset, he knows when it's time to work and that kind of stuff. I was going to do a narcotics demonstration for you guys. We'll see if, I'll admit it, he's probably going to cheat because he's already been smelling it. So, but just trying to give you guys like a demonstration of how it is they do what they do. One of the biggest assets about canines for us is their noses. Their noses are so powerful. As a quick example, if you guys walk into the kitchen, mom's making chicken soup, you go, oh, that's chicken noodle soup. The dog goes in the kitchen and says, that's chicken noodle soup. It has water, it has parsley, it has salt, it has pepper. You can break down every ingredient. He can also tell you how much of that ingredient is in that chicken soup. That's how strong their noses are. So that's how they're able to walk around the car searching for narcotics. And if there's just a little bit in there, hey, Flats. If there's just a little bit in there, he's going to alert and notify me that he's located the odor of a narcotic substance. Okay? And I say narcotics because that's what he is. He's trained in narcotics. Anybody have any questions? Then I'll do a quick little demo. And... No questions?
We reward them already?
Do what?
Reward them already?
Did I reward him already?
Yeah.
No. He's got to work for the reward. Right.
Valor is written on your vehicle.
Yes.
Is that protocol for all canine units?
I don't know if it's all. Our agency puts the name of the dog that's in the car on the cars. Yeah.
Does he speak English?
We use Dutch.
Dutch.
One of the questions is this, why do you do that? Do you keep it secret? We do it so we don't confuse the dog. I'll tell you every command except for the bite command just because that's silly. But, the reason that we use a different language is so that I'm not talking to you, does your dog sit? Does your dog lay down? Yes. And then next thing you know, my dog's sitting and laying down and everything else. So we just use a different language that is not common. That way we don't confuse the dog by accidentally saying a command.
That's why I asked. You said the word search and he started looking under the table. I'm like,
Off. That means lay down. Flats. Just come sit next to me. Who's taking the bite? Yeah, we'll hear that one later. So hopefully he does good here with the search. I know he's going to try and cheat. But... Any other questions? Yeah.
People that have pets that would be considered dangerous, how would you, as a law enforcement official, handle that if you had a domestic dispute or something? Would you respond if there was what you would consider a dangerous pet?
So I'll tell you, about 15 years ago, we'd shoot it. Done deal. We're there to protect the people and we don't care anymore. Times have changed a lot. We take every precaution that we can to ensure the safety of the animals of the household as well. As an example, when we serve search warrants, even if it's the SWAT team doing it because it's such a high risk threat, we will still have animal control there with us. And if we breach a door and suddenly there's a dog there, we'll use a shield to try and barricade it. We'll use pepper spray. We'll use a taser, whatever we can to try and minimize the risk to our people, the people in the house, and that dog. Animal control, if we can, we'll get them to come up with their cord, take it out to their truck, and secure it until we're done with the scene. Last resort is lethal force. We will do it, but we will do everything we can prior to doing that. What?
Yes, question.
Yes.
You guys use pit bulls yet?
No.
No?
I did hear of an agency in California that is looking to train one. Why? The biggest reason that I can think of is because just like every people out there, they have different personalities and different assets. One of the biggest assets, like I talked about, was a dog's nose. The longer the snout, the better the odor is for them. Pit bulls have a shorter snout, so the odor detection is not quite as good. It's way better than humans, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite as good as this type of dog. That's really about the only reason. I mean, pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Malinois. I've seen Chihuahuas that were trained in different things. I've seen, just little schnauzers that are trained in different things. Typically not a law enforcement program, but, you can train a dog to do just about anything if you know how to do it. And their noses are what does it for, that's why they get used. So, pit bulls have a bad rap out there. I've seen some great pit bulls that I would love to own because they're just such great dogs. So, it's a misnomenclature, and I've really learned that since handling a dog. I'm not scared of dogs anymore. So.
When Valor gets ready to retire, does he come home to live with you?
So, Valor is county property. He does not belong to me. He's property of the sheriff's office. When he retires, I have to buy him from the county because he's county property, but they've worked out the deal where they sell him for $1. So when he retires, I purchase him for $1, and he's my dog.
How long do they work? Age-wise?
Good question. It really varies. I would estimate between 4 to 6 years. It depends on injuries. I know. Injuries, things like that. We've been on the streets for almost 4 years. I'm hoping to get another 3 or 4 out of him. It's not even just what happens on a call or something like that, but we used to have the Crown Vics, now we have the Explorers. Believe it or not, I mean, that's kind of a jump in and a jump out. And if you're jumping out and jumping in every time, that's a shock to their body. You do that 50 times a day for the searches and you're letting them out to take a break and everything else, it starts to wear down on the body. So, and then of course there's always the crazy things. My dog has no fear of heights. We did some training where we had a suspect on the top of a 14-foot crane on the cab of a crane truck, and somehow my dog found his way up there, and his shortest way down to me was to jump off the top. So he jumped off the top and went spread eagle on the ground. When he hit, jumped right back up, ran over to me. He had a little bit of a bloody lip, but he was fine. But how much, that's got to make him sore for a little while. So it's just things like that. The very first dog we ever had, his name was King. He was in service for 8 years. He'd been stabbed, he'd been kicked, beaten, he'd been thrown off a second-story balcony.
Who does that?
He worked for 8 or 9 years. He didn't get put down until he was 17.
Whoa.
Yeah. And when he was put down, his handler put him into our newest patrol car, turned on his lights and siren. The dog went crazy like he was going back to work. So he had no teeth, he was blind, and he had a tumor this big on his front leg. And he was like, I'm ready, let's do this. So they don't lose it, ever.
How long is their training?
Approximately 2 months.
Really?
Wow.
2 months to meet the minimum standard, and then it takes about a year until the handler and the dog bond and just are like, I can read him, he can read me, we know what we're doing, we're comfortable.
Does he have a Kevlar vest?
He does. So the agency doesn't purchase them because they are expensive, but there's a organization out there called Cover My Canine. We partner with them, we do events for them, and in the end they do fundraising and they purchase vests for our dogs.
Awesome.
Any other questions?
Can I pet him?
Yes, in just a minute. Let me see if you'll find some narcotics for me. Hey, Platts.
What you got on you back there?
I can't say, but I got
All right. Amy, what you got in your purse? Amy. Hi, sweetie. Oh, look at that cute dog. Hey.
Off! Live. Let's not break anything today, okay? Live.
Okay, Dave, what you got back here?
No. So I'll tell you guys here in just a minute. He's on odor. Hey, here. So his alert, he's supposed to freeze. He's supposed to stay there until he's released by me, which is typically the reward.
Wow.
Good boy, yes! Oh, don't break anything. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Oh, so one of the jobs of the handler is to interpret the dog and his behavior and his personalities and stuff. My dog was working that corner and everybody's like, oh, what do you have back there? Odor is something. It is a particle. It is a physical something. It's just so small that we can't see it. With these doors being open, it's creating a draft. Okay? My dog follows the odor, and ideal circumstances, he gets that odor and he follows it back all the way to the source where the item is. Okay? That's not always possible or practical because of wind, because of heat, because of air conditioning units, and all that kind of stuff. My job is to say, okay, my dog is paying significant attention right there. I know he has odor of a narcotic. Where's it coming from? Because it's obviously not right there in a blank wall in a corner. So now I have to look at this and all the people and say, okay, where can it be coming from? Because my job is now to search and locate it.
That's Dave's office behind the wall.
So I need to talk to Dave. we'll chat later. It'll be all right. So, good boy.
Just remember, you can't put cuffs on Dave. He's got a busted arm.
Yeah.
We have belly chains. He can keep his arms down.
Okay. Got you covered, Dave.
Leave it. Leave it. But. Guy. Ah. Oh, I have to get it from him before too long because, well, he's already popped this
How
one.
many of those a week you go through?
Oh my gosh. But the other thing is, I gotta put it back in my pocket. It's so slobbery. So, this was a clean uniform. Our uniforms never stay clean. They last for a day, just because the nature of the job. Any other questions? You guys want to go outside? Come here. You guys want to go outside and see a bike? Yeah. You guys want to walk outside? Or
Go ahead, Steve.
are you want to do it?
Let's roll.